what are the best steps to get income for my retirement?
Oh, okay. That's a good question. It's the key aspect. I remember, I had a client one time said, I want to, go to school for 25 years, work for 25 years, and be retired for 25 years. That was his big goal. So, but actually, retirement is longer and longer and longer, because life expectancies are getting longer. And so, you got to have money coming in some form or fashion to pay your bills, almost no matter who you are, there's got to be something there. So, income generation is really, really critical. Actually, let me share something here. Let me find, hang on a second, and I'll share it. I'll just share it something on our website that you might be able to go look at yourself too. So this is our website for retirement capital strategies. You go to this helping you retire, and in here we have this thing called the retirement income builder. And so what I'm trying to do here is just kind of, for starters, identify every possible place that you could be generating income for your retirement. So stock and bond investments, right? Savings and CDs and the interest that you get off of that. Annuities, there's lots of different versions of those. Those are possibilities. Alternate investments like commodities and, those types of things. Of course, Social Security. Now, this is a really big area. How do you maximize your Social Security? And there's a lot of room for planning in this particular area. Pension, same thing. Do you have a pension? How do you maximize that pension? Which options should you choose? Are you a landlord? So in other words, you get rent. Do you want to get rent? Is that some place you would like to go, during your retirement? Or are you investing in mortgages? So this is where you're lending somebody against their home, and you earn interest on those. Will you use your home equity in your retirement? So I have, like clients in 26 states outside of California now, partly because people have sold their houses here and bought someplace less expensive, and they've kind of captured that differential, and they're investing that usually in the stock and bond area. But you can also look at reverse mortgages. Most of the times it's not the best concept, but it's not a terrible thing if it's the only one you got. But home equity is definitely something to look at. And then business or work. An awful lot of my retired clients have continued to consult or started small businesses, and they're generating income there. So I think, well, for starters, you kind of want to take a look at this, retirement income builder concept, and look at all of the different areas and figure out, which ones you really want, where you'd want to go with those, and then, how to make them work for you, in a really good way. So, for example, this is one of the biggest areas where we see income generation in stock and bond investments. And what we do is what's called a systematic withdrawal. So we'll create a balanced portfolio, let's say a 60-40 portfolio or whatever it is. And then we'll have a piece that's in the money market, and we have money coming out every month out of money market. When it gets too low, then we rebalance that. And so we're kind of relying on the interest and dividends and the growth of that overall portfolio to support that distribution. We've actually been doing that for 35 years, and it's been quite successful. And so, every one of these is different things, but you definitely want to try to maximize your potential here, even if you don't think you need it, because in case you do, at some point in time, it might be kind of difficult to, really get to a spot where you can, make sure that you have enough income. And that's looking at that wheel and figuring out all of the different ways that you can maximize income out of that wheel. That retirement income builder program is very, very powerful.
So, do a lot of people like already when they hit retirement, do they have a lot of these things, or is it too late to try and add a different income stream when you hit retirement age?
Now, that's kind of the beauty of it. Whether you're 20 or 80, for the most part, all of those areas that we talked about, stocks and bonds, CDs, annuities, alternative investments. I don't know, maybe, when you're 80, you don't want to go running out buying a rental property that you've never done before, or something along those lines. So there's some criteria there, but no, I would say age isn't so much of an issue. It tends to be more just personality pieces. I got people that love rentals, and I got people that would never do them. That's just something that you kind of deal with. The annuity area is so wide open. There's so many different options. Some of them are probably really good for certain situations. Some are really bad. So you have to be just, know what you're talking about and know what you're dealing there. But no, I think, you could do any of those even if you're 20. You can start picking. Now, usually there's a limited resource. You don't have all the money in the world to go after every single area. So you'd probably want to build up, in certain areas first, And as those get bigger, maybe diversify into some of these other income production areas. But really, really smart retirees have quite a few different possible areas that they're going to get income from. And they just, get that Social Security, maybe they got a little pension, maybe they wrote a book and they're getting royalties on. I mean, it's just amazing, all the different ways that people can generate income. And I really like a diversified income plan as a whole. I think it's really robust.